But what I'm doing now is considering that I'm going to start a new religion. No, I guess I'm beyond considering it. I've been in that phase for quite a few years. I'm at the point now where I feel like it is time, it is necessary, and I've self-appointed myself or qualified myself, obviously, because I'm not going to join somebody else's religion. I don't see that happening. I've checked out on the religions that are available, the cults, the charity organizations like Red Cross or something like that. Those are also religions because you pour so much into it and it might as well be a religion. I've also said, as you listen to me and hear that I'm starting religion, you also have to know that I've stated philosophically that religions are no different than government, or I should put it, governments are no different than religion. You have to take them as two of these codependent spheres of activity in our civilization. They do have differences, but on a very salient perspective, it's salient because it's very important that we see how similar they are instead of thinking, they're two things. In America, we have this big confusion that there's a separation of religion and state, or religion and government. Okay? And that's based on some kind of founding principle. It's codified in the Constitution somehow. And not only that, if you dig deeper and you read into the teachings and philosophy of Roger Williams of Rhode Island, that's where they get most of the principle from. The principle of separation of religion and state was historically based on the conflict between Massachusetts Bay Colony. The Puritans, started by the settlements of the Pilgrims, and they had a problem with Roger Williams, and they cast him out, or he left. Both could be true, and he went on to found another settlement, which became Providence. It's not to say that he wasn't a religious person, but he just saw that you need to run the affairs of business in a secular, non-religious way, where you don't favor one religion over another, whatever religions were of that time, however they were taken. So America is based on this really a vague notion, because people think it's clear-cut, but it actually becomes very vague because people don't quite understand what is government and what is religion. Now, having said that, look, you're probably intrigued that I want to start a religion, but I'm going to tell you one thing, that if you've been a long-time viewer of mine, or if you're new, I'm probably not interested in converting you over to this, because you have too much of a stigma. You've been watching me and you don't think of it as a religion, and then if you were to get into it, you would have like this bias against accepting me as a religious founder. So I'm not really into it. I'm just informing you, because you're going to find out eventually anyhow. And I'm all about transparency. Really, one of the principles in the religion is going to be transparency. And it'll all line up with my videos. I'm just going to keep my videos up here, most of them, unless there is a looming struggle with Google and YouTube, that I could say, yeah. And that's kind of why it's given me more time to be able to found a religion. Now, if you watch some of my videos, you might think, you know what? He probably could have a religion anyhow going, and just didn't say it outright. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything official, because I think that these things are just, like, current. You know, these things just have to be in the moment. The religious involvement. So once it gets going, and once somebody's involved with it, it's all about being in the moment of it. I'll tell you a little bit about the religion, because it's, you know, that would be like what you really want to know. I have to support myself, meaning that, you know, having a place in the world, career, a function, purpose. So I think I'm cut out for it. I've done a lot of things in my life which gives me a special and pertinent experience. And I'll be bringing these up in anecdotes and, you know, reflections on things that I've been through, people that I've met with or lived with, different communities, different cults, different groups that I've been involved with, even spending many years in Washington, D.C., as well as other major metropolises like New York City. Did I say that right? Metropolises? Metropolis. Whatever. The religion is based on learning. I think someone would have to have an open mind and be interested in knowledge. Careful, don't run into the mirror. There was a lizard behind that mirror. Don't go over that. Come over here. We're gonna have to shore that up, so that'll be more safe for it. You run into walls and everything. Well, it's based on learning and knowledge, okay? That's really one of the core principles, just that everybody will be involved with. And we reserve the right to change any one of our theories that we have about reality or whatever different scientific subject that there is. I think it'll be important to form a cosmology, and now that we have so much information in this day and age, I think that religion has to be based on very time-consuming but necessary pursuit of that knowledge and organizing it and finding out what is the truth. What else? You know, there's just some things about religion that I'm not really going to get into right now, only if you're in like the core group organizing things with me would it be important. But I will say this, because it's something that you probably are thinking of. There's an organizational structure that I've had to think about and see, like, what would be efficacious, what would be most sustainable, what is the wisest approach to this. And without giving away the details, because that's really nobody's business, it has a lot to do with why this religion is so different and so called for in this day and age. On one hand, I want to call it a business, but I ended up having to really accept the fact that this is religion. And here's the real kicker, because I've always said that I don't agree with religion only because I can't just belong to one of the religions. So I can't agree with them. I can't agree with one or the other. I have to study all of them. So having said that, this is a religion that's not really a religion, but I have to say it's a religion anyhow because it's more that than anything else. It has a business aspect to it, so it can be self-supporting. And I think that you do have that within religions, but they're not promoted as, this is what we're doing as a business model, or this is what we're doing as a product that we're selling. But as far as this religion, we are pushing some products. And I'll get into that eventually, but you can just imagine. They would be useful things, they would be things which is educational, something progressive, something involved with the truth that I found out that I want to promote. I don't know, I could keep talking and talking and talking. My videos are, well, in any case, I'm going to get going. I got too many children's things going on here, and the religion does welcome families and children. A lot of it, the core is going to be knowledge and a discussion forum. Oh, by the way, you didn't just see an iPhone. Oh, I'm not promoting iPhone though. I'm not promoting anything, and then I'm not promoting YouTube, as you can see by the start of this video. The religion's going to be a lot about it's going to be discussion. I think that the open ability to talk amongst ourselves, agree to disagree, but also what do we agree on, and really acknowledging that first and foremost. And I'll be involved with those discussions. Obviously, I'll facilitate or host discussions. I think one thing I used on YouTube to get this religion going is the what are the meetups called on here? The online Google Hangouts. I think I'll use the 1000 YouTube channel for that, because Mr. E doesn't have that ability on this channel. I've been. Some of your channels don't have that either. It's just, we get punished or whatever, which is reality. But this religion is going to be out there in the real world, online activity that goes on, but it's going to be more about meeting and being really together. And that's why I say, like, I'm not pushing to get people on YouTube really in the religion. I don't mind if people know, that's why I'm telling you, but I just don't see people as being able to. I mean, there could be some exceptions, but I think that there's such a bias, and you want to stay on YouTube and do video. I can understand that. But as for myself, after almost 8 years, I'm going to be moving on and just leave the archives here so that they continue to entertain people. Well, thanks for listening. Make your comments if you feel like it. Favorite this, share it with all your friends, and make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube is flawed.